Hi, my name is Justin Myers, and this spring I've taken Dr. Noe's Latin reading course through LatinPerDiem over John Calvin's 1536 Institutes. And I would really recommend this kind of reading course with Dr. Noe to other students for at least three reasons. And the first is that my knowledge of Latin has grown exponentially as I've read with Dr. Noe. I've been able to understand more grammatical concepts, and my vocabulary has grown when a case of indirect speech or a gerundive or a unique adverb or preposition comes up. I'm able to understand it much more quickly or find the tools to understand it. I'm much more able to do that than I was in the past. And each week after we've finished reading, I come away with at least a half a page to a full page of notes for review throughout the week. And that has been essential to my growth in understanding Latin. And to pair with this, Dr. Noe sends out his own notes from the course after our meeting, and he sends out a recording of our time meeting together. And that is just another opportunity to review all of the helpful advice, all of the grammar and syntax and vocabulary instruction that we received. I am making my way through Calvin's Institutes more quickly than I was even just 10 weeks ago when we started, with understanding. And that's another part of this, is that early in my Latin reading, it was difficult to get past all of the forms and the constructions and the structure of the language to actually get to what is this text saying? What does Calvin mean here? And I just appreciate the way that our reading course has gone, because we're able to certainly talk very much about the Latin and learn the language. But I've also appreciated that we've been able to think about Calvin as a person, who he was in his context, and speak a little bit about his theology along the way. One of my concerns, or maybe two of my concerns coming in, was the online format, and being a beginner, I was a bit intimidated by who the other students were. So for the online format, I was a bit suspicious, honestly, because I didn't know, is this going to feel impersonal? Will the teaching help me much if I'm not interacting with with Dr. Noe in person? But very quickly I learned that Dr. Noe has found a way to use the technology as an aid to learning and an aid to teaching, and it's not a hindrance. And so early on, I was able to see Dr. Noe's personal engagement with me as a student. Quickly, he was able to see my own weaknesses and my kind of continued mistakes. And week after week, he's able to point those out to me as we're reading through the Institutes. And that has been essential to my own ability to retain what I've learned in Latin. Thirdly, this simple format has helped me to grow in my Latin knowledge and my Latin reading. It's helped me to grow much more quickly than working through a grammar textbook ever did. And so I would really highly recommend this to a Latin student of any level, whether you've been a beginner just at this for a short time, or you are a Latin teacher yourself. You will benefit from spending time with Dr. Noe in Calvin's Institutes.